Please remain standing for the invocation. All praise to you, gracious Creator. You have gathered us in this university community to praise you by our words and our works. Bless the University of Alberta, which seeks to teach whatsoever things are true. Bless the students and professors, the non-academic staff and support staff, the administration and those who work on the University Board of Governors, the Senate and Alumni Council, and all who promote sound education in our community. We ask that those who leave here today, blessed with their degrees, may be given grace and strength to live in your global home. May we grow in wisdom and grace before you and all your people. May this university always be a home of truth and wisdom, of faith and goodwill towards all. Please be seated. Good afternoon and welcome to the University of Alberta. This is a very special day for our Faculty of Agricultural, Life and Environmental Sciences, and I hope you'll appreciate that we picked the perfect day. A little sun, a little cloud, a little rain, a little wind. Perfect for those in the agricultural field. My name is Ralph Young, and I have the privilege of serving as the Chancellor of the University of Alberta and representing the public interest in the university. To begin, I wish to acknowledge and honor all Indigenous people, including the Inuit, Métis, and First Nations of Treaty 6, and to acknowledge the traditional lands on which we are gathered today. I also wish to acknowledge and honor the immigrants from many nations whose contributions have contributed so much to our rich heritage. Our university is blessed with a diverse and inclusive culture, which is built on the legacy of all those who have come before us. Today, we pledge to uphold that legacy as we continue to pursue whatsoever things are true. On behalf of our entire community, I'm delighted to welcome you to this special occasion and this convocation. We're very pleased that so many friends and family members could join us as we celebrate the accomplishments of our graduands. Graduation is a significant milestone in your lives, and we're honored to share this convocation ceremony with you. The tradition of convocation, and convocation is a Latin term which means a gathering together of all qualified degree holders in a university community, dates back almost 700 years to medieval times. So generations and generations of scholars have walked in your footsteps. Led by our Chief Marshal and the University Mace, today's formal procession to the stage originates in the procession of the Guild of Teachers. Our university coat of arms above us includes the great horned owl, Alberta's provincial bird, the Book of Learning, the pronghorn from Alberta's coat of arms, and our golden bear, mascot of our university. Our university motto, Caecumque Vera, Latin for whatsoever things are true, is at its foundation. As Chancellor, I wear our university green and gold with great pride and respect. You'll also notice the various academic gowns, hoods, and caps on stage declare in their various designs and colors the qualifications of the faculty who are here to celebrate with you. Similarly, your academic apparel signifies to everyone here and to society your degree of proficiency as graduates. Today, each of you will cross the stage as your name is called, and that will be the most important time of the ceremony. Your degree will be conferred when we have an opportunity to congratulate and shake hands with you on stage. That moment will bind you and the university together for all time. Your family and friends are also witness to that commitment, and all of the history and tradition within today's ceremony is in honor of you, our graduates. And of course, that's why we're all here today, to celebrate you and your future. We are also privileged to welcome Dr. Robert Church, who has accepted our invitation to receive an Honorary Doctorate of Science. An honorary degree recognizes inspiring role models, leaders, celebrates extraordinary achievements, or recognizes remarkable service to society. Also joining us in the celebration on the stage today is our President, Dr. Indira Samarasekera, our Board Vice Chair, Mr. Dick Wilson. We're also pleased that Dr. Sanford Fleming, Dean of the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences, is here to congratulate the graduates as they cross the stage. Dr. Blade will also bring greetings today as we celebrate the very special centenary of your faculty. And I'm equally delighted to welcome here on stage Chancellor Emeritus and Board Chair Emeritus and past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Eric Newell, past honorary degree recipient, Dr. Alec McKella, a close friend of Robert Church, Mr. Colin Moore, President of the Graduate Student Association, Mr. William Lau, past President of the Student Association, and many members of our Senate family and members of the Academy. We are all here to celebrate, and we very much hope that you will enjoy this day. It's now my pleasure to ask Mr. Dick Wilson if he would come forward and bring greetings from the University Board of Governors.
Eminent Chancellor, Mr. Rolf Young, President Dr. Indira Samarasekera, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends. I'm honored to be here today to bring greetings on behalf of the Board of Governors of the University at this special convocation as the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences celebrates its centenary. Convocation is a special time when the entire university community gathers to celebrate your tremendous achievements. Indeed, we have much to celebrate, but today we especially gather to celebrate you, the graduating class of 2015. You've achieved a level of excellence which will forever be recognized in your university degree, a University of Alberta degree. As a representative on the Board of Governors, I want to assure you that the University of Alberta remains steadfast in its pursuit of being among the world's great public universities, and our Board of Governors stands united in its commitment to excellence across the entire institution. It is indeed an extraordinary time for the University of Alberta and our province. Your degree positions you to compete with the very best in the world. You are only limited by your own ambition and creativity, both of which I know you have in abundance. In short, graduates, you are our pride and joy, and I know you will bring great honor to our institution as you work to solve the many challenges currently facing our city, province, and indeed the global community. The Board of Governors salutes you today, and we hope this ceremony will be remembered as a highlight in a full and satisfying career. Remain ambitious and remain creative in your pursuits. Congratulations to you and your families, and our very best wishes in all your future endeavors. Thank you.
Class of 2015, come with me, if you will, on an imaginative journey. Leave pomp and circumstance for just a moment and cast your mind back to your first day at the University of Alberta. Who were you then? What hopes did you have? Did you feel a little bit overwhelmed arriving on campus? A little unsure about whether you were in the right program, let alone the right building? Or did you feel like you were finally in the right place, ready to become the person you wanted to be? We all have our unique University of Alberta beginning. I'll never forget one of my first days as president. I was feeling confident and excited, convinced that I was ready to take on the biggest challenge of my life. So out I went during orientation week to speak to students and hand out some U of A goodies. Having just done the research for my interview, I was keen to see what they knew about their university. When was U of A founded? I asked one bright-eyed student. 1779, he responded with great certainty. I suggested he try a history course. I asked another student, who was the first president of U of A? I received a blank look. After a few seconds, the student said, and who are you? I asked, who do you think I am? Her face brightened and she said, you must be the student union president. How flattering to be mistaken for a 20-year-old. But right then I knew that I had work to do. Having the title of president was one thing, but becoming a leader she could respect and recognize, that I would have to earn. And so my own U of A education began. Today we celebrate the educational journey that you and I began on that first day. The U of A has taught me more than I thought possible, and I hope you feel the same. In past years, I've had to rely on memories of my own convocation to find the words of advice I'd like to share today. But this year, it's different. This year, after 10 years as president, I too am leaving the U of A. Like many of you, or maybe like some of you, I hope, I'm not entirely sure what I'm doing next. I'm even moving back in with my family. Well, to be honest, it's my daughter and her family who are moving in with me while they have house renovations done. But right about now, without a plan, it feels frighteningly close to moving back into the basement. Your parents are here praying that you don't do the same. So here we are, you and I, excited and apprehensive at the same time. It's been such a privilege for me to lead this great university, to see so many talented graduates cross the stage. When I reflect on my last decade, my main aim as a person and as your president has been to set myself and every student on a journey to excellence. Today is just the first stop for you on that lifetime endeavor. I believe that excellence is not merely rooted in ambition and achievement, as many people think, but it's something quite different. It's not about your grade point average or your academic awards. In fact, it's not a goal at all. Instead, seeking excellence is a process or a way of living your life. Excellence is that point on the horizon that gives you direction. I first learned this from my father, who was a ear, nose, and throat specialist in Sri Lanka. Every day, he toiled away caring for thousands of extremely poor patients. Faced with this daily grind, my father might have chosen to treat his patients quickly, doing only what was necessary to help them out the door, without thinking deeply about their chronic illness. But he was a person who sought excellence in everything he did. Good enough was not in his repertoire. In my youth, he uncovered a bioelectric disturbance in the inner ear, which caused debilitating dizziness. He then devised a minor operation to treat the condition, which brought unimaginable relief to his patients. I was only a teenager, but I was struck by his passion and his deep caring for his patients. His daily caring had translated into excellence. His actions remind me of one of my favorite quotes, and I quote, "Excellence can be attained if you risk more than others think is safe, care more than others think is wise, dream more than others think is practical, and expect more than others think is possible," unquote. Here at the U of A, I have learned this lesson many times over. So as you launch your careers, I would like to be able to assure you that with thoughtful planning, the journey towards excellence goes in a straight line. But it doesn't. No doubt you already know this. Life constantly surprises us. Good or bad, sometimes you can feel completely derailed by the unexpected. It's how we respond to and learn from these surprises that is our true test. Start by using the skills you've gained over your degree. Approach every problem and opportunity with both critical thinking skills and imagination. Connect the dots between ideas and people. Pay attention to details that others may have missed. Read and do research so that you can understand the full context of the issue. Seek alternative perspectives. Yours alone will never provide a full picture. The last point is important. Your generation is often touted as the most connected generation in human history. Hard to imagine, but when I became president, social media was so new that no one knew it really existed. Communications technology has made all of our lives infinitely easier. I can send an email, a text, a quick instruction, and things get done. But I've learned that we can sometimes mistake efficiency for quality. I was thinking the other day that if Alexander Graham Bell had invented the telephone today, we would have said, wow, I can hear the other person in real time. Clearly, he was ahead of his time. Without face-to-face communication, which engages all 5 of our senses, technology can sometimes dehumanize and create misunderstanding. You may get things done, but you may find that you're doing them alone. As an African proverb teaches, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go with others. I think of my father and the thousands of conversations he had with his patients, face to face. Nothing would have come of them if he hadn't been listening with his whole self. The University of Alberta has a deep, resonant spirit and purpose that injects this kind of human connection into the heart of all we do. It goes back to our first president, Henry Marshall Tory, and his call for us to be a university for the uplifting of the whole people. His call resonated in 1908, perhaps because Alberta's pioneers had risked more than others thought wise, and believed that they could build a better future for themselves and others. Tory's call has grown stronger in our awareness that this place has a much deeper history of being a gathering place where Aboriginal people of many nations came together for centuries in both spiritual and economic harmony. They knew that only by caring more than others think wise can we survive and prosper. This fierce pride in the community and its corresponding commitment to serve and uplift others are hardwired into the U of A. They are now a part of me, and they are now a part of you. They give our journey towards excellence a deeper meaning. Graduates, each one of you has your own particular U of A story. Continue to live out that story with purpose and vision. I ask you, risk more, care more, dream more, and expect more of yourself than you thought possible. And always remember, by seeking for excellence and striving to fulfill your highest potential, you can and will become a person who uplifts others and makes the human community better for all. Congratulations to all of you, and good luck.
Knowledge shall not be the concern of scholars alone. The uplifting of the whole people shall be its final goal.
They inspire us all with their brilliance, creative force, and fervent desire to make the world a better place.
I accept in the name of our poor people.
Dream your dreams. It is possible to have a new kind of world.
Those who receive an honorary degree from the University of Alberta set the highest standards of dedication and excellence for students and for society at large.
You will always find it, your own courage or theirs, in the eyes of the other.
Go where there's no path and leave a trail for someone else.
And while their backgrounds and fields of endeavor vary widely, all are exceptional.
Maybe it's best if I just speak from the heart.
I will remember you. Will you remember me?
We face today a clash of ignorances.
You are who make the history. You are who create the future.
U of A honorary degree recipients embody the university's vision to inspire the human spirit through outstanding achievements in learning, discovery, and citizenship in a creative community.
I think we are now in the threshold of a new beginning.
It is a spirit that is building one of the world's great universities for the public good.
It is your attitude that will sustain you. It is not what happens to you, it is what you do with it.
Travel well, travel without prejudice, live long and prosper.
There you go. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the Senate of the University of Alberta, I am honored to introduce Robert B. Church for the honorary degree of Doctor of Science. Leadership and innovation. These are the two defining characteristics of Dr. Bob Church's remarkable academic and entrepreneurial career. He has been a consultant on biotechnologies, livestock genomic programs, and new healthy food products for governments and businesses worldwide. He continues to be actively involved in research on genomic mass sequencing and personalized medicine. Dr. Church has also played a central role at the forefront of scientific research administration and post-secondary innovation. An early proponent of the Alberta Heritage Foundation for Medical Research, he was a founding member of the Natural Sciences and Engineering Research Council of Canada and the Canadian Institute for Advanced Research. A founding chair of the Alberta Science and Research Authority, he is also a former board member of the Canadian Agri-Food Policy Institute, the National Institute for Nanotechnology, the Protein Engineering Centre of Excellence, and the Food and Materials Centre of Excellence. A world-class scientist who is deeply engaged in his community, Dr. Church's agricultural roots in Alberta are legendary. Owner and operator, along with his wife Gina, of Loch End Lewing Ranch in the foothills west of Airdrie, Alberta, he is a past president of the Calgary Exhibition and Stampede and an inductee into several agricultural halls of fame. He has been involved in 11 different startup commercial ventures, including his own Church Livestock Consultants, which he has operated since 1976. A Renaissance individual whose experiences and insights on medical and agricultural issues continue to be sought around the globe, Bob Church is an outstanding example of the power of one individual to make enduring contributions to the public good. Eminent Chancellor, with great pride and respect, I present to you Robert B. Church.
Robert B. Church, in recognition of an exemplary Albertan for outstanding leadership as an educator, medical scientist, cattleman, and entrepreneur, I desire to confer upon you the honorary degree of Doctor of Science, and to express the hope that we shall continue to be enriched by your wise counsel for many years to come. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. I'll keep this, and Doreen will take this, and I'll just take over. You got your notes?
Getting old, I need my glasses. Dear Chancellor Lung, President Indira, and a special Indira because that's why I've known her for years, representative of the Board of Governors, honored guests, and especially all graduates, those parents that are here, my family that are here, and friends. It is an honor to have bestowed upon me this honorary degree in such an important milestone as the 100th anniversary of AILS. I owe this honor to former Dean of AILS, John Kennelly, one of the university graduates and my first graduate student, Marvin Fritzler, Vice President of Alberta, Lauren Babiak, and my good friend, Michelle Kretchen. I am particularly pleased to be here today, as a little over 2 months ago, I suffered a major stroke deep in the speech center of my brain. I was fortunate to have a team of Drs. Hill, Jemtuk, and Goyal at the Foothills Hospital Stroke Unit to use world-leading technology that they had pioneered to remove the clot from my brain. Subsequently, a fantastic group of therapists from the ES team helped me to recover my speech and make it so that I can make this presentation the best I could today. I am deeply responsible to Dr. Goyal, to the therapists that have helped me, and to my wife Gina and daughter Eileen. You know, the interesting thing is, originally I always intended to be a farmer. But unfortunately, in the summer before grade 12, I got run over by a truck and missed a lot of school. I finished grade 12 with a 57% average without the necessary coursework to go to university. Instead, I went to Olds College and started working on the farm with my mom and dad and at the Balzac seed plant. I quickly became apparent that physically I couldn't handle the work. I was very relieved when Dean Fred Bentley accepted me into agriculture on probation. I had 1 semester to prove that I belonged. I had no idea what I was getting into, but shortly after I arrived here, I realized that my world was open to me, a world of ideas and passion. The passion came in many forms. For example, Frederick Salter, a distinguished scholar in medieval English, had a special place in his heart for Aggies and challenged us to see our backgrounds not as ordinary, but extraordinary. Our daily exposure to nature gave us an ordinary, unashamed approach to nature. A daily exposure to nature gave us an insight that we never got anywhere else. Similarly, Roy Berg and Dave Suzuki were as passionate about genetics as Salter was about English. The thing that fascinated me was they approached genetics in a completely different way in different species. Roy Berg was interested in beef cattle meat production. Dave Suzuki was interested in fruit flies and how they were damaged by environmental factors. I had found my passion. Genetics became the core of my life and the way I could expand and look at the mysteries of nature. Off I went to Edinburgh to do graduate work, where I spent a lot of time feeding fruit flies, transferring them from one bottle to another, and analyzing for their gene discovery. Outside the lab, I became involved with the Chancellor brothers, who were developing a breed of cattle that would thrive in the miserable weather conditions of the west coast of Scotland. The passion of the scientists at the University of Edinburgh, who were trying to unlock the secrets of the gene at a micro level, was essentially equivalent to the passion of the Chancellor brothers, who were interested in applying this to cattle at a macro level. Both of these endeavors was a quest to unlock nature's secrets in reproduction and genetics. I then started researching how genes were turned on and off using newly developed molecular techniques. Interestingly, the mechanisms that were involved in cancer and embryonic development were similar. Embryonic development, growth ceases when a natural endpoint is reached. In cancer, it never ceases. It was like an on-off switch had been broken. The next stage, excuse me, the next stage when I graduated from the University of Alberta, I had no idea that my interest in cattle and genetics would lead to where I am today. I came of age during a biotechnology revolution in agriculture and medicine. By following my passion and not saying no to anything that interested me, I became involved in developing new ways to diagnose and treat disease, transferring embryos in cattle, treating infertility in humans, the production of new plant species by genetic engineering. We're on the brink of another revolution today, one that involves making the use of mass sequencing in nucleic acids, RNA and DNA, the ability to manipulate and use that data so that we end up with personalized medicine. The things that will have major implications on how diseases are diagnosed and treated, how food production will be enhanced, and how the environment will be maintained. I want to talk to graduates by saying, follow your passion. Here are 5 things that brought me here this afternoon. 1, have a plan, but don't cling to it. Things change. They always do. You never know where the future is going to come from. Number 2, follow your passion. The 24/7 passion is the one to follow. You never know where to lead. Don't be afraid to venture into new areas. 3, be yourself. Don't try and become someone you're not. 4, be curious and interested in others. The world is fairly small, but infinitely variable. Find out what other people think. Every discussion you have with someone else is an opportunity to learn something new. 5, people who are successful ask questions, look at new horizons, and have mentors. Remember that by following your passion, you are part of a broader community, and we all have an obligation to contribute to the betterment of future generations, both in this province and worldwide. In the past 100 years, Alberta has achieved a great deal. It is imperative that we continue to work together to maintain our prosperity, our international standing, and a reputation of a place with innovation. Lastly, I'd like to close with a poem by William Stafford called "The Way It Is." There's a thread you follow. It's among the things that change. But it doesn't change. People wonder about what you are pursuing. You have to explain about the thread you're following. But it is hard for others to see that. While you hold it, you can't get lost. Tragedies happen. People get old or die. People suffer and get old. Nothing you can do stops time unfolding. Don't ever let go of that thread. To all the graduates and the parents here, the very best. And to those graduates here, happy trails to you all, and best of luck.
Dr. Church, thank you so much for your wisdom that you have passed on. A third-generation farm boy from Balzac, Alberta, who's risen to the heights of the bioscience industry and career. A person who's we've benefited from so much from science, and he's shown that science has helped him immensely through his recovery from a very serious stroke, which he's suffered. But fortunate for us, he's been able to give us incredible words of inspiration. I was also taken by his story of being run over by a truck and how that changed his life. His friend Alex McKellar had some of the same story last year when he received an honorary degree. And by my calculation, I think the probability of getting an honorary degree suggests that it'd be a good idea to get run over by a truck. So Dr. Bob, we'd like you now to sign our This is our honor roll, which is signed by each of our honorary degree recipients. Thank you, Dr. Church. You're now officially one of our family again. Thank you. And now, graduates, it's your turn. As the name of each graduate is called across the stage, I will formally admit you to your degrees, and we will have an opportunity to congratulate you. On your journey across the stage, you will also walk past the University of Alberta ceremonial mace. Centuries ago, the mace was a symbol of authority over life and death. Today, this mace represents the life-changing power of knowledge and the importance of our university and our graduates to our community. I look forward to meeting you on stage.
Would the candidates for degrees please rise and follow on page 4 of the Convocation program. So candidates for degrees, please rise. Eminent Chancellor and President, on behalf of the Faculty of Agricultural, Life and Environmental Sciences, I present to you these scholars and ask that they be pledged and admitted to the degrees to which they are entitled.
Do you promise faithfully to observe and loyally to maintain the statutes, customs, privileges, and liberties of this, your university? Do you solemnly promise to conduct yourself in all things loyally and faithfully to the honor of your university, the encouragement of learning, and the good of your country? These.
By virtue of the authority vested in me by the legislature of this province, and with the consent of this university, I admit you to the degrees to which you are entitled and invest you with all the powers, rights, and privileges pertaining to such degrees. I charge you to use them for the uplifting of the whole people, to inspire the human spirit, and for all who believe to serve your God, and to pursue more steadfastly whatsoever things are true. Please be seated.
Eminent Chancellor, on behalf of Professor Stanford Blade, I present the following graduates for degrees in the Faculty of Agricultural, Life, and Environmental Sciences. For the degree of Doctor of Philosophy, Pamela Ann Phyllis Bentley. Quilan Deng. Ciniere Charlotte Ekine Givenu. Mohammed Babar Javed. Teresa Catherine Lightbody. Kaustav Majumdar. Younes Miar. Echan Mi. Liana Archilage Chamila Kushalia Nimalala Ratlin. Eileen Kwamboka Omosa. Irma Magali Rivas Serna. Christia Alexandra Tabakaru. Emmanuel Okpit Welda Johannes. Hao Shu. Wenqing Zhang. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Science, Shusmitha Devarajan. Shui Ding. Faika Fayaz. Karina Going. Janine Going. Tina Harms. Irina Hurava. Gunsha Ishangulyeva. Daniel Edward Jensen. Judith Johnny. Teresa Ann Lawrence. Ryan Frederick Mason. Pembagul Moradoglu. Ashan Shustarian. Hongwei Sun. Sogul Tef Lisi. Yan Yang. Zhengchao Zhang. Miao Zhen. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Master of Engineering, Wenjun Zhao. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, Fuad Amadov. Katlin Gates Benedict. Danica Alexandra Bonowich. Lindsay Dawn Cowan. Brianne Elizabeth Dury. Mohammed Ali Faheri. Jenna Louise Galbraith. Brad Hanasek. Lane Russell Hudson with distinction. Karen Susanna Ellen Lundquist, I beg pardon, Lindquist. Erin Shea McLeod. Kosuke Mori. Annika Joyce Nelson with distinction. Halvard Scott Nixdorf. Jordan Lee Pryor. Larissa Dawn Schilling. Yue Shi. Caitlin Naomi Smith. Tao Huang. Jessica Millie Watson. Ji U Yu. Pei Zhang. Recipient of a Frank A. Coates Memorial Scholarship, Nathan James Zielinski.
Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Food Science, Adetokunba Adebui. Recipient of the Amy M. Coates Memorial Medal in Foods and Nutrition, Brittany Marie Bernard, with distinction. Megan Amy Bory. Madeline May Bosniak, with distinction. Kiana Jolene Bragg. Jasvir Kaur Brar. Erica Susan Brown, with distinction. Jenny Thea Brown, with distinction. Kaylee Ashton Brown, with distinction. Tony Joan Carlson. Le Shang, with distinction. Jaiyu Chen. Evelyn Cheng. Carmen Dam. Amy Ferris, with distinction. Van Ha. Kristen Catherine Hayes, with distinction. Kelsey Jenna Headley. Letitia Gail Sarah Hodges. Megan Hoffman, with distinction. Cassandra Faye Holt, with distinction. Laura Ksenia Johnston. Amy Nagalawa Kapeta. Judy Wakaria Kimotho. Caroline Marie Krolka, with distinction. Marc-André Lahoda. Grace Lamb. Julia Marie Larson. William Hokhim Lau. Teresa Yi Leong. Recipient of the Medal in Food Science, Hao Ying Leung, with distinction. Wilson Ho-Hin Leung. Angèle Jessie Lheureux. Yikai Lee. Min Lin with distinction. Fu Chao Liu. Nian Liu. Yuchen Liu. Kylie McLean with distinction. Kara Miller with distinction. Amanda Elizabeth Mitchell with distinction. Candice Nicole Mueller. Stephanie K. Nash. Ankata Nastasi. Kim Deanna Nelson. Rebecca Maud Nephew. Vincent Nye. Ashley Ono. Kyung Lee Park with distinction. Linda Fan. Darylyn Marie Pilkey. Eric York Shwe Poon. Yao Xian. Natasha Rebecca Rogers with distinction. Andrea Roman. Megan Ann Rosemahel with distinction. Eliphas Keramang Sebalau. Ashley Nicole Serra. Emily Jane Shand with distinction. Cheng Shi with distinction. Jocelyn Rita Sholahan with distinction. Vlatko Slochuk. Angelina Marie Smith with distinction. Christiana Stoyan. Victoria Jane Stowe with distinction. Janessa Jelaine Sullivan. Jenna Ray Swift with distinction. Danielle Marie Texera. Clara Ching Chin Tran with distinction. Long Nam Tran. Mary Tran. Kelsey Marie Treitz. Alyssa Christine Van Kooten with distinction. Christy Lisa Marie Vest. Brad Webster with distinction. Xingjing Wei. Lisa Patricia Wickens Westcott. Lisa Ellen Williamson with distinction. Michaela Heather Wilson. Leah Eleanor Wong. Wendy Wong. Tong Wu. He Si. Jinjing Zhu. Zani Yan. Shiqi Yin. Receiving a Bachelor of Science in Nutrition and Food Science, as well as a certificate in Aboriginal Sport and Recreation, Chao Chin Yo with distinction. Minghua Yu. Kirsten Marie Ziegler with distinction. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Forestry, Shenxiao Xu. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Food Business Management, Ming Hong. Bo Li. Chengyu Li. Chao Li. Yiran Li. Ling Tao. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Conservation Sciences, Kennedy Della Blair. Ian Thomas Brusselers. Kirsten Lynn Kappes. Alyssa Rose Cumberland with distinction. Shinle Dai. Susan Natalie Iluk. Yubing Fan. Jared Flemke. Taylor Walter Donald Flemke with distinction. Nicole Mary Fox with distinction. Lucas Vernon Frost. Jerry Lee Gordy. Jocelyn Marie Gregoire. Marissa Rachel Lydia B. Gooch. Aaron Donald Harasimyuk with distinction. Qing Huang with distinction. Kyle Leon Hunter. Cassia Susan James. Johann Stephen Jones. Salum Hassan Katalambula. Adam Edward Guy Kettenbach. Matt Daniel Kozachenko. Sandra Chorono Langat. Yunyan Lee. Zhao Chao Lin with distinction. Rachel Frances Lorette. Claire Marjorie McPhee. Cassandra Erna Mackenzie with distinction. Derek Joseph Mueller with distinction. Jennifer Nguyen with distinction. Jessica Hyan Nguyen with distinction. Tran Kevin Nguyen. Kimberly Nixon. Jenna Christine Patterson. Annika Penner. Sarah Marie Piwar. Abby Elizabeth Preston. Ashlyn Joyce Renner. Tiana Crystal Shea with distinction. Alicia Dawn Spence with distinction. Alexander Hugh Thompson. Rachel Meredith Alexandra Tucci with distinction. Shailene Amber Trudell.
Wayne Roald Ungstad. The best beard of the day, surely. Li Jing Wang. Yishao Wang. Ellen Marie Warren. Meng Yang with distinction. Elacia Christine Cecilia Young. Courtney Ziegler. Eminent Chancellor for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Human Ecology, Marit Andrea Abrams. Aisha Adele Adams. Carolina Amaral. Danielle Erin Barkley. Ima Bhatti. Haley Rebecca Craig. Shelley Du. Recipient of the Susan Carroll Weston Reed Medal, Rion Rochelle Fisher with distinction. Kelsey Margaret Jilks. Jacinta Jinchef Lynn. Taya Dawn McQueen. Becky McClelland with distinction. Nicole Diane McNeil. Paige Powers. Amanda Marie Purkis. Alice Ann Setch. Megan Dale Smook. Sagan Tesfa Michael. Loana Gail Valdez. Hannah Mae Vance. Megan Joan Yakimets. Eminent Chancellor, Eminence, for the degree of au grade de bilingual Bachelor of Science in Environmental and Conservation Sciences, baccalauréat bilingue en sciences de l'environnement et de la conservation, Samuel Alexander Noel Rookby. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Science in Animal Health, Rachel Rebecca Joan Adams. Lauren Margaret Alexander. Rebecca Lou Lorraine Barber. Megan Frances Beyer. Lacey J. Demmons with distinction. Rebecca Jane Faulkner. Carrie Lynn Geddes. Nicole Elena Hayday. Andrew John Keeley. Recipient of the Roy Herbert Ennismore Scholarship in Agriculture, Diana Michelle Larson with distinction. Teresa Catherine Liddell. Troy Richard Lister. Stephanie Nina Martin with distinction. Natasha Nora Lee Neufeld with distinction. Marley Ray Piper. Brittany April Lorraine Short with distinction. Lauren Jacqueline Stone Mockler with distinction. Kimberly Jill Thomas. Jingxian Wang with distinction. Yeah. Eminent Chancellor, for the degree of Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies, recipient of his Bachelor of Arts in Environmental Studies, Certificate in Sustainability, and Certificate in International Learning, the much-studied Joshua Franklin Stewart.
Same thing here. She wants to be known as Nikki.
and Joshua's colleague receiving her Bachelor of Arts with distinction, her Certificate in Sustainability and Certificate in International Learning, the equally learned Nikki Corinne Gardner-Way with distinction.
For the presentation of graduates in absentia, eminent Chancellor, on behalf of the faculty, I present to you the remaining scholars whose names appear in the Convocation program but who are not in attendance. Thank you.
Wow, what a great afternoon. Today is a proud moment for the University of Alberta. In total, we will graduate 6,649 students at the Convocation ceremonies held this spring. Great. Today, we also welcome Dr. Robert Church, yet again, alumnus of the University of Alberta, into our great U of A community. Bob. Let his example as a leader, as a lifelong seeker of excellence, inspire you in the years to come. Graduates, you are now part of the U of A's family of more than 270,000 living alumni. Your U of A degree can never be dissolved. Think of our school colors, green and gold. Gold is a precious metal that withstands the ravages of time. It can be molded into any shape, stretched into a fine thread, and still retain its fundamental qualities. Green, on the other hand, is a symbol of growth and change, of new beginnings. Taken together, green and gold encapsulate what I hope your education means to you. I hope it's a permanent, enriching feature of your life, as well as an important source of lifelong personal and professional growth. Graduates, it's your turn to get up, turn around, and give a huge round of applause to the people who supported you throughout it all, your parents, your siblings, your family, your friends. Please rise. Give everyone a round of applause. Okay, now that I have all of you back with us, it's time to turn our attention to the final part of today's ceremony. Before we formally induct all of you into the University of Alberta Alumni Association, we want to remind you of the journey you have been on to get to this ceremony with the presentation of a special video montage. The song that accompanies the video, Je te retrouve, or I Remember You, was commissioned by Campus Saint-Jean in celebration of the university's centenary in 2008 and is performed by the Chorale Saint-Jean under the direction of Laurier Fagnon. Laurier, where are you? You're here somewhere. There you go, Laurier. It was composed by Professor Emeritus Dr. France Levasseur-Ouimet and arranged by the U of A alumnus Dr. Alan Bevan. And it captures the hopefulness and potential of days spent at the university. I hope the images that will accompany the song show some of your own particular story and bring back fond memories of your time spent here. Enjoy.
Thanks to all of you for attending our faculty's centennial convocation. May 1st, 1915 marked the official beginning of the faculty whose graduates we celebrate today. The Faculty of Agriculture, as it was known at that time, was founded on a commitment by the first dean, Dr. Ernest Albert Howes, to conduct research relevant to Alberta farmers and to educate a new generation of farmers to better contribute to Alberta's economy. Now, the new dean was an academic, but he was also a practical person. As captured in the centennial history that we have published called AILS, A Century of Solutions, it was already a tradition in 1915, you heard that our university was founded in 1908, that all U of A students wear gowns to class. Now, Dean Howes, it is written, staged a vigorous protest, in his words, and ensured that the new agriculture students did not have to wear such formal attire to class. You all look great this afternoon. Doing it at a Monday morning class, that might be a little tricky. In subsequent years, our faculty has grown, constantly evolving to reflect changes in our society. Today, we prepare our students and conduct research across a broad spectrum of activity. We have expanded beyond not only production agriculture to food and nutrition, including the development of safer food systems and new products, and even stretching the boundaries further to look for the potential of new industries in how we handle the biomass that we produce in our province. We train professional foresters and delve into environmental and resource issues, resulting in new technologies for land reclamation and restoration. We study the well-being of individuals and communities with regard to aging and families. We work on everything from improved industrial clothing to understanding the biodiversity of our ecosystems to the economic and social impacts associated with the sectors in which we are engaged. We continue to ensure that we deliver on that first promise to conduct research and to train students in areas which will improve our communities and lead to a further diversification of the Alberta economy, knowing that our work also has broader national and international impact. We have accomplished much because of great people. I would like to thank our current, our past faculty and staff who have made the success that our faculty currently is. And today, because we are exclusively within our faculty, I hope the powers that be wouldn't mind. Could you give a round of applause? I've never seen more members of our faculty on stage here, the people that have helped to instruct our graduates. Well done. I heard hooting. Hooting is allowed under the circumstances. We have accomplished so much because of these great people. Now, much has changed in 100 years, and it's fun to look at some of the pictures that you've seen this afternoon and in other places from those students through our first 100 years. It's tempting to see them as very different from you, our graduates of 2015. But the basic tenets remain the same. Our faculty continues to prepare our students to engage with and improve the world in which you all are a part of. We are very proud of what our first century graduates have done, and we look forward to your contributions as we embark on our second century. Congratulations, graduates.
Eminent Chancellor, my name is Reint Bowman, and it is my honor to welcome you and officially induct you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Among your alumni family are Prime Minister, Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, and a Nobel laureate, as well as many other outstanding business leaders, artists, educators, humanitarians around the world, alumni all dedicated to uplifting the whole people. A century ago, a group of graduates from the University of Alberta came together in the belief that they could do more together than they could do separately. For over 100 years, alumni like us have been doing great things. Bienvenue à notre famille mondiale. Graduates, would you please stand? As a new ambassador for the University of Alberta, I call upon you to use the knowledge you have gained here for the betterment of yourselves and others. I call upon you to maintain a lifelong connection with your university. As an alumnus of the University of Alberta, be proud of your degree and your fellow alumni. Nurture lifelong friendships cultivated on this campus. Celebrate our university's many successes and recommend it to others. Take part in your alumni association's many events and activities. You are officially a lifetime member of a powerful worldwide network of friends and colleagues. On behalf of all alumni, I am very pleased to welcome you to the University of Alberta Alumni Association. Félicitations et bonne chance. Congratulations and best wishes in all your future endeavors. Please be seated.
And now, a few final words to our graduates. All of us on this stage understand how hard you've worked to get here today. We commend you on your determination and your achievements. Our honorary degree recipient today offered us a brilliant example of leadership, service, and accomplishment. Dr. Church, thank you again for sharing your story of how a passionate commitment to excellence achieves great things in our world. In accepting this honorary degree, you have brought great honor to the University of Alberta. Thank you again. Now, graduates, the world is now open for you to be leaders. I encourage you to remember our university motto, to pursue truth. I charge you to commit to the University of Alberta promise of uplifting the whole people through service to your chosen career and to our society. On your behalf, I also wish to thank our superb vocalist, Ms. Jennifer O'Donnell, and our outstanding Convocation band under the direction of Dr. Thomas Dust. Now, just a few final words in closing. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for taking on the responsibilities of a university graduate. And thank you for joining our alumni family. I am pleased to invite everyone to join us in the main floor and first balcony lobbies for refreshments and fellowship following the service today. Graduates, may your dreams take you far, and may you always remain close to your alma mater, the University of Alberta. Enjoy your celebration.
writers,